Abstraction is a really incredible and sophisticated vehicle because it gives you opportunities to wander in directions that you weren't necessarily led into. But it doesn't mean that it's not intentional and that it's not engaging and that it's not serious and sincere. It gives us a sense of poetry and it gives us a sense of freedom. And most people would say that freedom is one of the things that they aspire to most. I love New York all out of proportion. It's, for me, the most dynamic and amazing place in the world. The energy of the city, the diversity of the city, the fact that the gang's all here. I get a tremendous amount of joy with the idea that this work lives in a public space that is not naturally built for cultural consumption. People will kind of come to this work and have opportunities to interact with it that are in a lot of ways unexpected. And they may experience things that I can't even begin to predict. Oftentimes with my work, there's a sense of temporality as to where it's located, and that's always true of its placement and museums, etc., which have kind of a fluctuating exhibition schedule. But the fact that this will always kind of be there does give this sense of stability. And I like the idea that this artwork can be born of the time that we currently live and be in conversation and in dialogue with the concerns of our current moment, but that 50 years from now, someone could look at this work and find it to be as prescient then as it is today. This work can only be described as huge. It's a giant work. It's 45 feet tall by about 15 feet wide. Something like this should make you feel quite small. There's a lot of material going into this work. I really kind of see them as collage in that sense. There are things that have been manufactured, things that have been handmade. There are things that reflect. There's mirror. Included on a lot of works that I use is a material that's both a combination of black soap and black wax. It's a West African material that people often use who have more sensitive skin. So the suggestion of sensitivity is something that I really like to bring into a conversation of artworks that I make. Those surfaces are really quite brutishly handled, and there's this kind of physical engagement. I like this idea that artworks are dug into and interacted with in a very physical way. And that's where you see oftentimes the intent of the artist, right? How things become integrated, how things become played with. One of the reasons that I've been so reflective around these ideas of anxiety, et cetera, is that they are not only prescient, but historically cyclical. They always seem to come back thematically in the lives and as part of the human condition. And timelessness is as important to artworks as timeliness is. Ideally, it's a work that you can continue to learn from and continue to explore. I really do believe that artworks can change the way that we experience a moment, our day, our time. I think that they can challenge us in ways that we don't expect. I think that they often are the forebearers of conversations that we haven't even predicted that we would have. And I think that they give us opportunities to explore and to invest in ways that really only make us better. Abstraction is inherently kind of a chaotic approach. And so part of what and how I've always tried to respond to the world is through figuring out ways for me to organize it into parcels that I can consume. So chaos is quite consumable if you just cut it up into pieces.